It happened again. How does that keep happening? Hello, 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 and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I am One Lion, and today is Monday. Happy Monday. Hope you're all having a fantastic day so far. For those of you who this is the start of the work week, may it be a great, fantastic, grand one. For those of you that it's not, or you don't work, then may you just be having a wonderful, fantastic day. And hello, Sedamo. Or is it Chedamo? Happy Monday. So I am needing to get a bunch of stuff set up. Well, not really a bunch, but Slipstream, which is the music service that I have been using, they offer free royalty-free music that you can play on stream as long as you just put music provided by Slipstream at the bottom. Kind of looks like, oh, right. I have to do this, and then I have to go to this, and then this. So it kind of looks like this, except that I usually have the now playing information in there, but I can't get logged in today. So we don't get music from Slipstream, so I'm using Spotify, which is what that is down there. It's showing what it's playing in Spotify. And I made a really quick thrown together playlist of a bunch of the songs that I could remember from Slipstream. So we are listening to only Purple Cat on this list, and we'll probably get a bunch of repeats. But yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted to let you know. We have made welcome to the stream. If this is your first time here, we've been working on a project called the Financial Management Tracker on Mondays and Wednesdays, and on bot days we have a bot connected to the channel that handles our commands, like this. So you can see all of the progress that we've made. It's on GitHub, open source. We're currently working in a branch. I'll show you what the branch is called when we get to that screen, but we're currently working on a branch for redesigning the UI and implementing the redesign. We have a Figma design that we've been using to work off of, and we're making a lot of progress on the landing page. It's mostly done. All we need to do is get the responsive style set up, and that should be it for the UI redesign on the landing page. Whew. Okay. Is everything ready? Let me make sure that this is the right screen. And everything is good to go. You're ready, you're ready. You're ready, you're ready, you're ready. You're ready. Except you are covered. You need to not be covered. Click, click. All right, we're good to go. So here comes the desktop. Yay, and I remembered to update the now playing stuff on all of the scenes, at least I hope. On all of the scenes. Just one more check. End. Okay, cool. So we're good to go. And we're back to welcome screen. All right, so let's get moving. Yatta. All right. So what do we got? This is what it currently looks like. I'm going to make it wide enough so that we don't have clipping stuff going on. So it's cool that the content is squishing. However, the page is getting stuck because the top bar is making it to its minimum width, where this does not wrap and these don't wrap. The button does, but it still makes it to its minimum width. And I have overflow none, or overflow hidden. on the overall page itself. So that's what's causing it to just stop. And it doesn't get a horizontal scroll bar. So what I need to do is have our breakpoint set up. Oh, I guess let's look at everything else. Looks good. This picture really does need a maximum width, and I want them to change their widths based off of the size of the screen, as opposed to growing and shrinking as you make the window shorter and narrower or wider. And also it looks like the footer content is not actually centered in the footer, which is really interesting. That'd probably be the easiest thing to tackle. I want to oh gosh. So I need to get back with the designer to see if he was able to finish the Automated Realms logo with the text. So I'm going to get in contact with him now. By the way, we are the designer. For those of you that haven't been here and don't know the running joke. Not that it's actually all that funny. And the last few times that we contacted him, he's been a bit cranky, but I forgive him. I understand. He was having a rough time and he apologized to me, and I did let him know that it's not cool to do that. But I understand. So he's going to be a little bit more mindful. I'm opening Illustrator, by the way. Hello, TBD. Great stream earlier. Shout out to TBD Gamer, a fantastic application developer working on a project management application, project planning and management. I'm just going to call it everything application because it's going to be great. It's called Liquid Sky, and it's a developer-focused way to organize work for a development team. And it's going to be fantastic when he is able to get it to a point that's usable across the board. Are you guys SVGs? Please tell me that you're SVGs. I'm trying to open the file and Illustrator is just freezing on me. I don't know if you want to cross the board. It'll be fine, right? Okay. Yes. Okay. Are you guys SVGs? Can I export you? These are the two design layout images. And I was having trouble before using this file. Oh, I'm switching over to the designer, by the way, to the designer role. I had trouble using this file. This is what I got back from the designer, the actual graphics designer that I commissioned to do this. But if I collect for export as single asset and try to export it to SVG, and it should already be in here. So I'm just going to put new export and then we'll come back to this folder. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way because there's a lot of stuff there. File Explorer. Abre la puerta. SVG. Okay, so this is what it's going to end up looking like. Why? Why must you open over there? And we'll see if this is actually good enough to use. I'm hoping the background is transparent. The aliasing looks pretty good, kind of fuzzy here, but we'll see what it looks like on a dark background when we scale it down. I am also curious how it printed out the SVG itself, the SVG code, if it's just using a base 64 encoded PNG or JPEG for everything, or if it's actually using vector paths and text. So let's find that out too. Let's open this in Notepad. Can we open it in regular Notepad, please? I don't like showing my Notepad++ on screen because it's messy. It looks like paths. Cool. Cool. I am happy about that. All right then. Let's try to use it in the app. And I think we talked about using the one that was horizontal instead of vertical. And what I mean by that is we have the one where the logo is on top and the text is on bottom versus the logo is on the left and the text is on the right. I don't want to close it. I want to leave it open just in case we change our minds. Or maybe I want both still. What was I thinking? Yeah, let me collect for... I'm doing the same thing for that vertical one as single asset and export. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to call this logo with text horizontal, logo with text vertical. Cool. And I did not expand so that we can get to the assets folder. Oh my gosh, what am I thinking? Yay. Okay, and finally down here in the footer, instead of using... Oh man. Oh gosh. Oh dear. Yeah, that bites. I have the logo text content. So let's see. Horizontal is the one that we said. Ooh, pretty, nice and squished. See if we can get this thing to look similar. We don't need this part of it. Let's find all open close angle brackets. And then give them new lines. And then auto format. Cool. All right, we're setting the view box, but we aren't setting the width and height. Good. And the view box is important because that's how it scales properly, from what I can tell. Okay. I'm gonna have to Turn that down. That was loud. All right, and currently streaming, by the way, if you don't know him, is our good friend Bit Gamey. It's been a while since he's been streaming. He said he had some life things happening that he wasn't going to go into detail, but definitely check him out. He is worth the watch, worth hanging out on his stream, as I just complained about there being too loud of a noise. But it's good. It's all good. Gosh, this is going to be really difficult to get this to do what I want to do without completely hosing my styles. Well, let's just see what this looks like real quick, and then we can make some decisions after that. I really, really do want the ID still, though. Go up here. Okay, so that should have us rebuild because we updated the assets. The what now? Okay, and the thing happened that I thought was gonna happen. We lost our color styles, we lost, yeah, so now it's just grayscale. Oh. And we don't have the smoothing and all of it. All of it. Oh dear. Oh gosh. You know what's weird though is that we don't have we do have just kidding. How does this work? Here. Oh, how to do. I really, really don't know how to fix this. Because I have no idea which of these correspond to what. Like, which of these is the shadow? I would assume this. But which of these are the petals? These are obviously the gradients, so we can at least grab that. We can grab the gradient colors. Oh, but which one is which? Great. We might be able to tell based off of the X1 value. So the furthest left X1 value is going to be this one, is the bottom left. And the second is going to be the bottom right. Third is top left. Fourth is top right. We can do that, right? And I already forgot what I just said. Furthest left. But there's more. Wait, this is the gradient for the shadow. So that's going to be fine. Furthest left is this one. Which was linear gradient 3. We can do that too. So now we have a mapping of which one belongs with what. Okay, and the second I said is going to be you, which is 40. I mean, gosh, this is really hard to think about. 1.34, 58. 78, which is the third. Oops, and I forgot to keep track of this. Linear. I was about to type lineage. Gradient 5. Impasta. Oops. How did I... Oh, I copied an extra quotation mark, I see. Which would make you linear gradient 2. And then that would make you linear gradient. Linear gradient. Cool. Ampersand, linear gradient is the furthest to the right, which is the highest number of all of these numbers, I hope. I hope I did this right. All right, we got 1.34. 190 is the furthest right, so I need to swap those two. Ouch. Okay, so furthest left is bottom left. Then our next number was 58, and then for you it's 45, so that's bottom right. Then the next one is 68 for you, and 53 for you, which is top left, and then top right for the furthest right. 190 top right. Height, we got it. Okay, next fun part. Finding out which one of these got linear gradient 5 applied to it. Which would be up here in the classes. So which one has class 5? Wait, what? Oh, because there's no time. Oh, gosh. All right, so here we go. We have this one as the bottom left, or what are we? Top right. Top right. And your fill is going to be this. So how are you listed down here for the fill? URL. Oh, how am I going to do that? Dang it. Maybe this. Excuse me, can I have my cursor back? Okay, thanks. Pasta. Should be good, right? What does that look like? Did we change anything? You. No. Control F5? Still no. That's okay. I think it's because I still have this. Yes. Okay. We got something back, but we're going to have to update the gradient itself, and that should fix it all. And then we should be good to go. So let's do that for the rest of these. Who is regular linear gradient? I'll copy the whole thing still. That is class 1. Makes sense. I keep putting the dot there. And this one is the top left. Phil! How you been, Phil? I missed you. Oh, man. I really don't know what's up with my clipboard, but every now and then, more often than not, I should say, when I select something and copy, it takes like 3 to 5 seconds before I have access to copy another thing. It's crazy. And then the question is, why do we have multiple class 3s? Do we care about that? Let's find out. Wait. Class, what? I messed that up. I still want to keep this though. Copy you. Undo, 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 undo. Regular linear gradient is class 8. And I don't remember seeing a class 8. That? Nuh-uh. That's the ellipse? And not only that, this is bottom right. Help me keep these things straight. We're gonna fix it all. I promise. Promise. Wow. This is the ellipse. That does not make sense. Yeah, here's what we're gonna do instead. You, and you. We're just gonna well, we can look, I guess. Class 3 has a fill of purple. Okay, so class 3 is the overlay that goes on every single one of them to give it the purple hue that is not actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. So it doesn't matter if these are together or not, since they won't be overlapping. And then we'll call this the solid purple. Then that means that 1, 2, 4, and 5 should be the ones that are the leaves. And then I have no idea what all of these are. The text, maybe? Are you the letters? Did it turn the letters into SVG instead of using a font? We're gonna find out in the next video. 1, 2, actually no, let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. All right, we're gonna find out who's who by doing this. If I save that, they should all now be back. If I hello. Oh, yes, I did it again. If I get rid of this and this and this, it's just weird that this is the ellipse. So that would make this one, yeah, that makes this one the top left leaf. Petal? I don't know what to call them. They kind of look like petals. So I am going to go ahead and duplicate it instead of referencing it. That way I have more control over it and I don't mess up the shadow. Or gimme. Nope, not you. You. Pasta. Oh, so itchy. Why so itchy? Okay, so that means that we got rid of all of the ones that were the linear gradients except for the shadow. So now when we refresh, we see the shadow and one leaf. Why only one? Because I am telling them to use the same gradient, but they should still have a shape that is drawn starting from the places that they're supposed to be started. Unless it isn't. Or it's just not updating. Hello, Thindle, another fantastic application developer. I haven't seen your stream for a little bit. I don't know if it was that you haven't been streaming or that you have been streaming and I missed the notifications. You missed last week because you were away. Okay, cool. So I don't feel so bad about missing last week's stream because there wasn't one. Yay! Not sure about tomorrow. No worries. I'm just glad I didn't miss an opportunity to support you. Support your streams. What's going on? Inspect. Take me all the way down here and show me. Why is that? Yeah, okay, so here it is. You are supposed to be bottom right, bottom left, top right. So from bottom to top, we were bottom right, I told you this clipboard, I don't know what's going on with this. I'm hitting copy and then double clicking almost immediately after, and it's just super slow. Okay, and then I forgot what the top two were. Bottom right, bottom left, top right. Okay. So top left and then top right. Reg 9K, time for a reboot. Yeah, I mean, like the thing is that I restarted my computer this morning and then I wasn't actually on it. I was on that computer over there, so I have no idea. This happens regardless. It feels random, but at the same time it doesn't. At the same time it kind of feels like that's just how it is. Okay. So we got those correctly set up. Then we have the purple ones behind them, which are all class 3. And these should all have linear gradient 2. They don't. Class 3s are only supposed to have a fill of this solid color. How does CSS work? I'm awake. Please don't reboot me, says Digasoft. So yeah. So there's actual chat. Hello, chat. Thendo was saying to TBD, but will you pass go and not collect $500? And then hi friends. And TBD said, you offering $500, Thendo? And he just didn't respond to that. But Thendo said, I've been doing some ops stuff behind the scenes because I'm inside of DevOps and Azure a lot. Makes sense. TBD says, I'm going to miss some streams next week, probably Wednesday and Friday. I go to Texas. Ooh, I hope you enjoy your time in Texas. Is it anything you feel like sharing? Or why you're going to Texas? Are you going to go visit Big Gamey? Because that's the only reason anyone would ever go to Texas. Then I'll said, and I'll be missing some in general. I'll be in Greece from Wednesday this week to Wednesday next week. Oh, that sounds awesome. I really hope you enjoy your time in Greece. Are you going to go visit Nick the first one? And Thindle said, probably already show y'all, but go here, click the big orange button, accept cookies. I never accept cookies, so yeah. No thanks. TVD Gamer says, CSS is for wizards. I have no idea. And Texas is a work trip. I'm going to the quarterly planning meeting. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. Not going to be a thing now. Oh, this is going to be a thing now. Especially since you are in super duper leadership position. Okay, what am I missing? Why are you saying that you... Because it's not updating. You aren't updating. Dear Sir or Madman. Oh, Layla codes it. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I was lurking in your stream all morning. I got raided in when TBD raided you as well. I mean, I was already there lurking, and then TBD raided you, and then I was there again, lurking again. And anyway, thank you so much for shouting her out. Layla Codes It is an amazing developer. She's been doing a lot of game dev lately, but today she was working in Aspire. Yeah, much fun stuff. And she's worth checking out. Here's a quick shout out to see her in action. And if there... Oh.
All right, you ready?
Oh yes,
I'm a genie in the bottle. You gotta love me. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, it just picks randomly. I'm sorry. I'm not Big Gamey. Big Gamey does the thing where he actually picks from recent clips because he's cool like that. I'm not that cool. That was great though. I really loved your virtual scene stuff that you had going on. Just really fantastic. Anyway, her quality of streams are still really good. That was Genie in a Bottle, country style. If there is anything that you feel like sharing with us on what you've been working on, please do. For those of you that are new to the stream, I am One Lion. I am currently confused working in SVGs, but we are working on this application called the Financial Management Tracker. It's open source. It's our stream project. I'm working on it because I used to stream my day job which was about 6 hours a day, working on Blazor applications, converting applications from JSP over to .NET, and at the time it was .NET Framework using MVC, and then I went from .NET Framework to .NET Core, and then eventually made my way to Blazor. So almost all of the applications are Blazor, and there are 7 to 10 applications, web applications, plus there are 2 remaining desktop, one remaining desktop application, because I just finished converting the other one over. And when I say that, I went from doing that job to working at another job where I wasn't allowed to stream the work that I was doing, but I still wanted to stream. I had to cut back my streams though, because I wasn't able to stream during the day, and I like to keep my evenings for myself and my wife. And so I was streaming this financial management project. And this is currently what the landing page is being redesigned to look like. We went through this whole process of let's be real developers being hired by a client, asked to create this application. So we did planning, design, and implementation, and our implementation didn't look great. This was my original design when I was doing it as that role, as the full stack developer that was being hired to do this. And so we did some mediocre designs, and then I got tired of doing design, so I wanted to actually write code. So we went almost immediately to writing code. As we were doing that, I wanted to show the steps of what does it look like if we do it with test-driven design. And then I kind of fell flat on that because I was struggling with it. All right, ciao, Layla. Enjoy. Thank you so much for the raid again. I hope you have a great rest of your day too. Or evening, or whenever. But laters. But I wasn't super in love with the design, and I'm like, you know what, let's just do this the right way. So I'm still working at my other job at this time, and I'm like, let's now role play that the client was like, you did a great job on the application, I love how it works. We're going to bring in a UI designer to have them redesign the application, because we know that you said that that's your weakest skill. So then we put on the hat of the UI designer, created these Figma designs, created the components, and came up with this for the landing page. After we finished that, then we did the whole role playing, a designer handing off their designs to the developer for the developer to implement those designs. And that's where we currently are. So this is what the application now looks like. You can see that we have applied a lot of the styles. We still have a couple of things that I'm going to fix, but right now we're working on getting this logo to appear the way that they have it appearing here. And so we asked the designer, which is also us, for an SVG of the logo with the text, which they gave us. And we're trying to use this in the application now. And the way that I am adding it to the application is by using the SVG directly, because I have this logo component. And that logo component is just using the markup for it so that I can style it. If I wanted to, I could animate it in the future. But yeah, that's where we're at currently. So that said, that's who I am. Oh, and eventually, once we're done with this, because the reason that I intended to make, or that I wanted to make this app, was because I wanted to use it. I currently have an Microsoft Access file that I'm using to track my finances, and I'm doing it in a way where I am manually entering my transactions because I want to see everything that I spend money on, see the ways that I save money, and I'm like, it's about time that I turn this into a web application. It's already got a SQL backend, so I just need to point the application to the live data, and everything should work. But yeah, from there, once we're done with this application, we will go back to streaming my day job, because I did get hired as a direct contract hire with the people that I was working at before, working on those applications. So I will be streaming my real work again after that. So we're almost there though. Okay, that's me. So I'm scrolling up to catch up on any chat that I missed. And hello Irish John Games. Check him out as well if Dukasoft hasn't already given him a shout out. He is a game developer working in Unity, working on a game called Rise of Piracy. Check it out on Steam, check it out on Microprose. He will be streaming in about an hour and a half. I can't say enough good things about him, but he doesn't like it when we take too much time out of our stream, because you all already know him, but take too much time out of our stream to boast about how amazing his game looks and how incredible his talent is for being a single solo dev and just killing it. Amazing stuff. Okay, Thindle said, Napalm is here. He said, ahoy, oi. And then Thindle said, thought that just hit me out of nowhere and that I should probably Google instead. Does anyone here know if I can have multiple scoped global usings? What do you mean? Like the way that underscore imports works? So I'd have a global usings only as a subfolder. I think I've tried that before and it gave me an error that you're only allowed to have one global usings CS. I mean, the best thing you can do is try it, stuff it inside of a subfolder, but I don't think it works like the underscore imports or underscore view start or any of those. And then Napalm said, why not? I don't know that the scoped is obeyed though. True, global is global. And hello Mars More, or is it Mars More? I love s'mores. This is zesty. Thank you. Deflex says, it's a lion. And Dindle says, Deflex streams to Deflex. Be lion, not hey lion. Just a lion. Just a someone. The one lion. All right. So I am going to try to figure this SVG out. Right now, for whatever reason, it's applying. Is class 3 defined somewhere else? Is that what's going on? I just need to rename all of these anyway. I'm going to start with that instead. Instead of looking for class 3, I don't even need to worry about trying to find it. We're just going to rename these. Class 1 would be petal 1, logo 1. Class 2, call. And I'm doing a select all, by the way, using Alt Shift semicolon. And so everywhere that class 2 exists in this file, it's selecting. Actually, class dash, just change to logo. Good grief. What was I thinking? Okay, and this will guarantee that when we restart this, if there was ever a class dash something defined anywhere in the application CSS, it won't take effect anymore. And I'm 100% sure, I am going to say I'm 100% sure that I've never used a logo 1, 2, 3, 6 class. And there it is. Okay. Yokata. All right. Okay, so now I just need the gradients to line up with the actual whatever these are called, with the actual petals elements. So I'm gonna do that the cheat way. Not really cheat. I'm just gonna do it the brute force way. And that is to Actually, we should be able to guess. The darkest color is at the end, and the gradient starts at 1.34. Can we match that up to one of these? No. Oh, yes. So 1.34 is bottom left. Oh, right. And I guess I can update these now. Bottom left, bottom right, left, right. Okay, so 1.34 is supposed to be bottom left. That is you. And it is. Ah, okay. But it's not doing the color that it's supposed to do. The other thing that I want to do is just take the gradients from the previous version of it, because that was working just fine. The unfortunate thing about that gradient is that it's not using the 2 layers. So here you can see that there is a solid purple layer that is this logo 3. It used to be class 3. But this logo 3 is a solid purple layer, and then on top of that is the gradient layer for each of the leaves. And you can see it working the way that it's supposed to on this one, even though that doesn't quite look right. So I am going to do that. I'm just going to get rid of the solid purple, and the gradients that I'm going to use are these. Yeah. And you guys don't have anything at the end? You actually are formatted correctly. So let's start with bottom right. What do you say? Better? Better. The next one is bottom left. It's gonna be you. Oh, this copying and pasta. So much lag. So laggy. I'm never gonna get to level 70. Why does that look like it's giving me an opacity? Because we probably have blend mode. We'll fix that. Oh, and that's probably what was going on this whole time anyway. And then top left is... I'm so blind. You there? And you. And of course, if anyone does have anything that they are wanting to share with the community, you are always welcome to share on this channel. I do tend to focus more on the work that I'm currently doing on Mondays and Wednesdays, but Fridays we have a thing called Community Day, where I invite you into Discord, into our Discord. I have a voice channel that you can just hop into a waiting room, and then I'll pull you into the actual stream's voice channel if you are comfortable doing so, of course. And we can talk about whatever topics you are interested in talking about. Whether that is talking about a project you're working on, or a problem that you're stuck on, or just technology in general, but anything that is relevant to the stream. Definitely feel free to bring that up. But regardless, I still tend to distract myself and just read through chat and respond to it on Mondays and Wednesdays because there is no rush on any of these projects or anything. I still get my day job done during the day. So it's not a terrible, terrible idea. Yeah, this has to be the text. I'm still curious though. Are you? Are you the text? You are the text. All right. So what I need to do is change logo 6 class when we get to it to be color, current color, so that it follows the current font color. What was the buzz? And thank you so very much for the follow. I missed follows when Layla's raid came in, but thank you so much for it. Really appreciate it. Oh gosh. Where am I? What am I doing? I'm trying to figure out why this one has a background still on it. Who is behind you, dear sir or madman? Those are letters. Yeah, there really isn't anything behind you other than it's possible that you are no longer and opacity. Wait, why? Did I copy the right one into you? These are the letters. Let's find out. Regular linear gradient. That's for the shadow. You all look the same. Oh, because they're just rotating, which is correct. And is that happening on my original one? They aren't getting rotated on the original. So da ne. Well, what then? How do I do that? What happens if I take away the rotation? There is no good thing that happens. Wait, the gradient transform is the thing that's getting changed. That's fine. It's not the actual element itself. Dukasoft shouting out or promoting Irish John's push to partner. If you guys aren't aware, Irish John Games, again, amazing streamer. He's worth all of the supports. He's been working on getting partner by having enough viewers for the whole month on an average and streaming long enough and all of the things that a partner program requires. And he's doing really, really well, but definitely check out his stream. Get there early if you can, and at least just have his stream running. Leave the stream unmuted, but the tab you can mute if you want. Pirate Guy isn't partnered yet? Question mark. So he started the push at the beginning of the month, and he's gonna go through like the middle of next month. And yeah, he said that he's doing well so far. So it's gonna go on for at minimum 30 days, but as soon as he gets partner, he's gonna be like, oh thank goodness, and then fall over. And yeah. Yeah, so there are no gradient transforms with this. The end. Did I actually delete them? Please tell me I deleted them. And they all have this gradient units thing on them. Okay, that looks better. I still don't know why this one is so dark. 100 subs per month for 3 consecutive months. I have no idea. I haven't looked into it. I'm not really pushing for partner myself, nor am I planning to. I'm happy with our community. Okay. Let's say that this does not apply to any of them except 3, which I think we found out is the backing, and then 8, which is the shadow, the ellipse. Oh my goodness. Okay, did it apply? Nobody knows. It did apply. And there we go. So now it's solid. Why are you so dark? Friend? It's gotta be because the gradient transform needs to apply still. Oh. What did you look like before? Because maybe we can just add the text. I put other comments in here. Dang nabbit. This is not helpful. Not helpful at all. Your gradient. You look the same. You look the same. You look the same. Yeah, so the only thing that's different about these gradients is the positioning for all of them. But they all have the same gradient. So let's give this a better ID. Let's get rid of this too. Hi guys, says Hungry Bear Dev. Does anyone have a website or mobile app that they wished was a desktop app? Need ideas? Yes. Well, I mean, it kind of is. So this financial management tracker application is currently being developed for web first, but I would like it to be a desktop app as well. And why do you still have a... Oh, you don't. I was going to say, why do you still have a border? And Peter says, if you're willing to suffer, try a Twitch chat app. Lots of suffering, though. Yeah, so I don't get it. What is going on? Where is all of this extra stuff coming from? I do need this to be a bit smaller for now. I apologize if you were actually trying to read it, but I don't know anyone that actually reads SVG code on purpose that's generated by like Illustrator. I mean, if you're writing your own, awesome. But all right, where's logo 8? Logo 6. For one, let's just make the text darker. So fill is going to be current color, which I guess means make it lighter in this case. Yeah, only if you can see the Matrix do you read SVG. I read it by accident. Hungry says, Twitch chat, huh? Not a bad idea. You'd have to join me suffer on my stream. You stream. You stream. Shout out for Hungry Bear Dev. I will head on over. What technologies do you use when you stream? And are you currently streaming? Or will you be streaming soon? I will open you in my multi-stream so that if you do happen to start streaming soon, I will be able to see you start. And I'm sorry, Manadano. I love supporting you and supporting your streams. But I can't watch game playing. Too much anxiety. Your spot has been taken. I apologize. Okay. You do Flutter, Node, Go. I don't know what Whales is. I understood the rest of those, but I don't know what Whales is. Peter says, don't forget to shout me out. I stream all the time. I'm on a 700-day streak for streaming. Yeah, 7. Have you even done 700 streams? I was going to say you could claim that you're on a 10, 15 maybe day streak if you skip all of the missed days. Whales is a framework for desktop. I want to actually take a look at that. Framework. Yeah, I guess like when it comes to stuff like Flutter and Whales, I don't, or Dart, I guess, I don't really know what I would be looking for in order to really understand it. When you say it's a framework, do you mean that it is similar to something like, I just completely blanked on the CSS frameworks that everyone uses. That it's pretty much like a Bootstrap or a... What is it called? And thank you so much, Equality, for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't think of the popular CSS framework. It's basically like Electron, but using Go. So it's more like a application type, a project type. And you can target a shell that will run your web UI in a desktop format or in a platform specific format. Okay. Tailwind is the one that I was trying to think of. So anyway, it's not like that where it's providing you with a UI framework for styling things. It's more like, here's how you present, here's how you can get people to use your app on their devices. Still the map. Oh gosh. Sorry, I just got a message from work. Okay. So Peter is continuing on saying, I never read, period. Don't forget to shout me out. I read that. That's sarcasm, by the way, chat. And I'm on a streak for missing streaming. Aha. And then he said to Hungry Bear Dev, the suffering will come when you have to render Twitch chat itself, the kappas and keepos and whatnot. I just don't. They come through however they come through. Yeah. This is what mine look like. You get PogChamp, you get seems good, Not like this. I'm too lazy. Much too lazy. Okay, and then you told me about what Wales is, and now I know. I need a document of ideas from you, Peter. And all those. Kappa, Kappa, Kipo. There is a Kipo. Aha. Aha. Okay, we're really close to this, though. All I need to do is figure out why the colors aren't applying the way that they're supposed to. Come on. Okay, tell me about you, bottom right. Why are you being different? Why? And actually, I'm gonna... Well, let me do this first. Okay, so you... And why do you have a... Oh, because these are the attributes. So you no longer have any class rules, any properties applied to you because of your class. So why then is this linear gradient being different than the rest of them? So I guess I should just look at that. Let's look at the linear gradient for this last one. Yeah, we're going to reorganize just a little bit. Group. Oops. What is this called? Text layer. And that didn't do anything for me. Thank you. GID. And the reason that I'm making these have an ID prefix on the IDs themselves is because it's possible to have multiple of the same logo, and so I don't want the same ID repeating itself. I want to be able to use the Blazor components ID to determine how to target a specific logo. But that's what this is. And this ID is just a GUID turned into a string. Or whatever you want to put. It can be overridden too. Text. What did I call this text group? And then I'll probably even split this up into the 2 words or the multiple words. There's multiple words. Why was I thinking there are only 2 words? Get rid of this one. Oops, you can keep going. Or I can put this one around you, actually. Call you. Shadow. Like shadow. Itchy. And then the last group is going to be... Yeah, I do want to keep those as a group together, so I will just create a new group. You. And this is called petals, I guess, is what I'm calling these. I don't know what else to call them. You call them something clever. Everything is closed correctly. Good. That means that now I can collapse this and only see the things that I care about. So, what is wrong with bottom right? Bottom right looks like the rest of them. I don't see anything different. Oops. Are you going to monetize this? No, I'm going to keep it 100% open source and free and use whatever parts of it you want. You could take the app yourself and turn it into something if you wanted. I do ask that you don't just take the app by itself, but make changes to it, make it better. Because again, this is only going to be manual entry for everything. Oh, and we won't be able to see any of the... Oh, yeah, we will. Hey, cool. It's already looking better than it was before just because of the background, but the actual data entry pages still need to be redesigned to work with the new UI. But everything is manual entry. This table here is just gonna add a watermark. I mean, do whatever you want. Totally up to you. I will not stop you. But yeah, we're gonna make it amazing. I hope. It's really just intended to be a learning tool, and yeah, and that's the other thing. So I can show that as I try to save. Let me go Control C. I think I was starting to say that, but interrupted myself. This application is currently .NET 7. You saw a credit card screen? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, no, it's just a way for individuals to enter their transactions. You know, like you go out, you buy something, you enter the receipt into here, and you track your accounts. So this account summary here are all of the accounts that you are tracking, right? And I stopped the app, so it's going to crash. Are all of the accounts that you're tracking, and you'll be able to see how much money you have essentially and how much debt you have, but not in the Credit Karma kind of way, or I don't know, other apps that do that for you and are connected to your bank and update your transactions themselves. Because for me, if I'm entering my transactions myself, I'm seeing where I'm spending my money, and it helps me to be more conscious of it, and I just make better purchasing decisions. But the application itself is a .NET 7 application, and when I started it, it was like .NET 5, I think, maybe .NET 6, and we did it as a Blazor WebAssembly app as the initial project. Then we added a Blazor server app as the secondary project that we could run as, but we have them both pointing to the same Blazor component library for the UI, which means this is where the routes come from, the layouts come from, and all of the UI essentially. And then a separate component library that's, if we wanted to, we could take this and turn it into a separate component library that can be used in other applications, whereas these are components that are specific to this application. But as you can see here, we also showed that we could take that same Blazor UI and put it in a Maui application. And if I run that on Windows, targeting Windows, I should say, then it's going to ask me to provide my credentials so I can connect to my work repo or work NuGet feed. Makes perfect sense. And then we will see it running as a desktop app, but this also gives us access to run it as an iOS app, an Android app, a Tizen app, Mac OS, and Mac Catalyst. And it looks like it's going to actually run. Oh, and it's going to open on that screen over there because I haven't told it a starting position. Oh dear. While we're waiting for that last 2%, as you can see, I also have a WPF version of the application where it's a straight Windows desktop app, and we have access to all of the Windows API stuff directly. And again, it's all pointing to the same UI. They're just using Blazor web views. There we go. It launched. And I will make the screen smaller, pull it over to this screen, and you can see that it's pretty much the exact same content that we have in the web version. Not pretty much, it's exactly the same content that we have in the web version, except as a desktop app. So if I wanted to, I could access files on the hard drive. If you wanted to, you could save your transactions directly to your hard drive instead of needing to export from web, download them, blah, 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 blah. Not that it'd be very much different, but you know, just whatever we wanted to do desktop specific. So there you have it. We have every application type that we could want for this app, but it would be nice to have this as a specifically desktop application that's designed using Windows controls instead of just web controls that are running in a Windows shell. Even though it is all native, like all of the logic is native and running directly through the .NET runtime. Okay, so this thing is still weird. Logo 5. Logo 5. Do I still have a Logo 5 CSS? I do not. Are all the changes present in WPF? Or how do they present in WPF? If we look at the three, well, I'm going to leave out UWP for now. If we look at the two desktop and cross-platform versions, what we'll see is that the main window that pops up, called main page in the Maui app, has this Blazor web view, and it points it to index.html of the main application. How does this work with .NET 8? I'll have to figure that out. But it uses index.html of, oh, sorry, no, not of the WebAssembly version, just index.html, period, from the Maui project. And then the Maui project is the thing that has this element that's called app. And this thing tells it to put the Blazor running application in this element called app. And the root component is going to be app from the Blazor component library. If we look at the main window for the WPF application, I don't know where that inflection came from. It looks, nope, other way. It looks exactly the same, where it has a Blazor web view, uses index.html, and points to app component as the root component. Yeah, so I'm making changes in one UI file, and it's being used across all of the applications. Yeah, I mean, pointing it to the same Blazor component library is what I'm doing. They do have their own index.html files in the application itself. So this is the one for WPF. This is the one for Maui. But both of them are using this app.razor, which says use main layout. And then inside of main layout, there's a whole bunch of routes that get populated into this app body. Yes. All right. Oh, wait. We do have one extra layer that we don't need. Oops. That's better. Okay, so logo 7 isolate, logo 6. I'm going to change logo 6 to be the text characters. I'm going to change logo 3 to be the petal background, but there shouldn't be any more of these. Yeah, so that can just go away completely now. And then logo 8 is the shadow. The shadow. And then logo 7 is the graphic group, I guess. So that's this container. Okay, so tell me why Ain't Nothing But a Heartache is this thing being such a pain. Oh, my water. I keep forgetting. Oh, my Lanta. Come on, you can launch. I know you can. I've seen you do it before. Thank you. Oh, we're so close to having this done. The only thing after getting this logo set up is to, and centering the footer, is to style links. Whoops. And styling the links in the footer. So apparently I didn't do very much with the footer yet. So we're going to style the links in the footer. We're going to center it, get the right spacing between the logo and sizing between the logo. But we do want to apply the responsive look. So when we have it in mobile, it responds better. Like the title gets smaller, the icon gets smaller, hamburger menu type stuff. But it's getting there. It's really close. I do like that. Oh, it didn't actually change orientation. It just made the image the only thing that's in the card. Having 3 images here that don't really have any descriptions on them, not very helpful, is it? Thanks for that. All right, but we're down here in the logo, trying to figure out what's going on with this bottom right petal. Oh, you're so weird. Why are you being so weird? You know what? Let's even clean that up a little bit more by calling you top right petal top right. How about petal top right? That way we can apply styles to all of the petals. Or whoops, did that just break stuff? Oh, right. I don't have any styles applied to it directly, which is cool. That's fine. That's okay. It's okay. So everything that says petal or logo, we'll say petal, then petal dash your top left, your bottom left, and you are bottom right. Oh, right, and I did say I was going to tell you this at the beginning, but the branch that we're working in, like I said, this is open source. You can see it on my GitHub here. The branch that we're working in is called Revamp Layout, and I've been trying to do smaller commits as I make changes. And as soon as we get the color working for this, then I will commit it and yeah, commit. Can I get you to restyle, to reformat again, please? You're being really hard to read right now. Did I spell anything wrong? Is that what might be happening? You guys need to collapse again. When did you expand? Gradient bottom right, spelled correctly. Gradient bottom left, spelled correctly. Gradient top left, spelled correctly. Gradient top right, spelled correctly. None of you have any opacity settings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're only RGB. The only one that does have an opacity setting is the ellipse. I don't see any more references to that ellipse in any of the other ones. What happens if I turn the shadow off? Show shadow. Oh, there it is. Show shadow. False. Then we don't get any changes to that bottom right pedal. What's going on with it? And apparently I do have a shadow color, so let's see if we can apply that first because it seems easier. Shadow color is, it should be part of the styles that get applied to it. Up here in index.razor, not index.razor, in logo. Yeah, I'm gonna move this into the code behind so it's easier to read. And we're gonna call this at styles. Private string styles this. Whoops. Almost this. $, quotation mark. Pasta. And then instead of double curly braces, you're going to be single. Double close curly braces. You're going to be a single. And then these quotation marks that are being escaped are not going to be escaped. Oh, wait, we need the $signs. No more escape. You will not escape. Oops. And there we go. Should be back to where we were. No changes. So what does the actual shadow color look like? Size color 2. Is it really color 2? Or fill, I meant. And if that's not defined, then it'll fall back to linear gradient. Okay, so that worked. We did apply the shadow color. That's progress. But why this pedal? What's going on with it? Why aren't you cooperating like all the rest? There's got to be something in the path that I'm not seeing because I don't know how to read it. URL hash ID gradient bottom with the actual linear gradient for bottom right. being underscore ID dash gradient underscore bottom underscore right. I don't know. Definitions. Gradient bottom right, which is 070081AF dash gradient underscore bottom underscore right. These stops, which look just like the stops for everything else. Could it be its positioning? So there was this attribute that I saw on it called gradient transform. So maybe we try that real quick and see what happens if we try moving it. Gradient transform. Nope, that's not how it was. It was camel cased, right? Gradient transform, translate x minus 10. Okay, let's just see if this actually makes any kind of difference. And then if we were to modify this value, does it do anything? Doesn't look like it's doing anything. Oh, let's find out what the gradient transform was again from the top. Open Notepad. What did gradient transform look like? Yeah, so pretty much the same syntax as CSS, where it's translate with two values, or probably you can do translate X by itself, translate Y. But just in case it doesn't support that, then I'll do translate with two values. And make sure that I spelled everything correctly too, by doing copy pasta. All right, and then translate value 1. Oh, I don't remember seeing units on there. There are no units. Yeah, still not making a difference that I can see. Oh, it is making a difference. Oh man, no. Great. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Hello, 8 bits per play. Yet another fantastic streamer developer. How are you doing on this fantastic Monday day? I'm kind of stuck. I'm kind of confused because I'm not editing this SVG using like I didn't come up with the coordinates with the points for the path myself. I exported from Illustrator and just copied the SVG code into my editor directly, and now I'm trying to get everything to style correctly. When I kept the original, I lost my colors, which was not good. And now that I have my colors back and I have the gradients applied correctly, I need to figure out how exactly to translate them and rotate them so that the end result looks like this. And so I could try actually applying the original rotation. We could try that. That's a good idea. Thank you. That's a great idea. Gives me Portal vibes for some reason. Interesting. A lot of people say that it reminds them of ChatGPT. I'm like, my company logo was created before I knew about ChatGPT. Did it? I can't say that for sure. I can't say that with complete confidence. Aperture Labs. Aperture Science. Gradient transform. Give me these again. This one goes on the linear gradient 1. Which is at 92.27. Did I get rid of that one? Oh, wait, what? Give me X1. X1 26.88. You there. You there. Show me your hands. Did that do anything? I didn't see it do anything. Come on. Maybe did a thing. I don't know for sure. Unless it's this one. Yeah, it was the top left one, in which case, that's bad. That did the opposite of what I wanted it to do. So what if I rotate that way? Oh, we're not gonna see it, are we? This is not working the way that I want. What if, gosh, I really don't want to revert back to the original ones, but I think I have to. So what I'm gonna do is hijack this down here so I can format this again. Get rid of this. My styles to go there. And then find me my first open and close angle brackets that are right next to each other. Pow. All of them. And then Control KD. And 8 bits per play says, I figured out something cool in Unity, managed to get some newer C# features working in an actual build for a game. If you do ever try out Unity, you can at least know some C# features work now. But that's in Unity 6, I think you said, right? So 8 bits per play has been giving feedback on the 2D UI panel. What's it called? And it was really cool to see. But he was doing a lot of work, or a lot of looking at and testing of features. The sprite editor and tile map is what I said. I beat you to it. And also adding his own custom panel control stuff. And making it to where you can multi-edit sprite names, for example. Where you select a bunch of sprites, you give it one name, and then it names each one in succession in a numbered way. It was really cool looking. Okay, I'm gonna get these gradients back. And I'm going to reapply the transforms. Then I am going to change the colors in these to match the colors from here. And then you get the same one as number 1. And number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Top right. And then your gradient 5. Almost there. We can do it. We can do it. We're gonna figure this out. Okay, there goes that. And now I need to reapply the translates. And what I think is happening with one of them is that I told it to add the gradient units user space on use. But I think that gets applied because it's doing the reference to the first one that has gradient units. So probably not that. So let's start with 5. Apply the gradient transform. Like so. You're number 5. I copied from here. Something's got to look different though. Why aren't you updating? Number 4 was this one. And then there were no translations on the other 2. What? Did I forget to copy the rotate? I'm confused. See, this whole time, I thought I was doing something beneficial. And the other thing is that these are not all that different. They have their lightest color first, and then they go to the darkest color on the way down. So it's not like even if we had the wrong one applied to the wrong petal, that we wouldn't see the change. The only difference really are their stops and, you know, shades of white at those stops. Is a financial management project also or work related, or is it personal? If it is a personal project, do you have a demo? It is personal, and I do have a demo-ish. You could check the videos from, oh, I don't know when. You do. Let's see. You go to playlists and you go to see project 1. This is where we started the project. I'm going to try to add timestamps eventually. Excuse me, you're too loud for me. This was the actual planning phase. This was more planning on whiteboard with best font in the world. And then we got to coding. So by the third stream, I was like, screw this design stuff. Let's just start writing code. And I'm like, no, we need to do UI design. So then we started playing around with Figma a little bit. Hey, was that the Olympics? That looked like the Olympics. That means that this would have been a long time ago. No, I thought it was 4 years ago. But yeah, I probably should tag these with the progress that we've made in them. But probably 206, 207, you'd be able to see the actual implementation. No, these are actually the beginnings of the redesign. Beginning of the end. Colors. Why is there a community day in here? I thought I moved all those out. But anyway, point is, I don't have a link to the page yet in the current version of the application, but the data entry pages here, they do work. Supposedly. Allegedly. And essentially the app is intended for you to have a receipt in hand. So you just bought a thing, you got your receipt in hand, and you're sitting here like, I purchased this thing on July 2nd, 2024, and I bought some groceries and I paid $135 in that for items, and then a sales tax of like $6.21, and fee, because everything has a fee nowadays, and delivery. I guess I don't have delivery in here. They gave me like $4 off, and you don't even have to track it to this granularity. You could just put the total amount for that purchase. It's all up to what you want to see as you're tracking your purchases, and you say which account you use to pay for it. Oops, that's the ad account. You submit it, and then you can see that the value changed immediately. It updated the pending because I didn't put a posted date. That means that it was a pending amount, but I can add a posted date. So let's say it posted on the 6th to my account. So then now is when my credit card was actually charged. And so that value is now applied. And this is the current balance of my credit card. This is the current balance of my checking, my savings, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know how to automate chapters, but you can have bookmark times in Twitch streams. When uploading to YouTube, there's an option for automatic video chapters. I don't remember seeing that. I saw split this video up into 15-minute segments, unless that's what that means. And it's not going to create like, what, 8 15-minute videos? It's actually going to timestamp every 15 minutes. But I do see that it gave me that YouTube now gives me transcripts for all of these. And so what I was trying to do for a little bit was to create an AI agent that will download the transcript, summarize it, and then create timestamps. And I didn't get very far with it, but yeah. And thank you, TBD. So TBD knows what time it is. I didn't get as far as I wanted to because I am stuck on this thing. So I'm going to try to figure out this logo off stream so that we don't have to do it next time. Next time we will just get into centering the footer where it's supposed to be and styling the links, styling the socials, and finally applying the responsive UI. This means responsive. Is it safe to say this project is primarily a learning project for me? I don't know if it's learning. The primary thing that this project was for me was to have my Access database version of it in web format so that I could start using it in the web. But at the same time, it was also content for the stream while I wasn't able to stream my day job and my normal Blazor work. But now that I can, then we'll get back to it, but we'll keep working on this until it's done because I don't like leaving things half done. All right, let's go to this screen. I'm going to make sure that there aren't any other questions. But there aren't. Okay, so that's going to be it for me for my time. We're going to go ahead and raid Bit Gamey. Shouted him out before, but in case you aren't following him, give him a follow when we arrive there. He's a game developer working in Unity. He's currently working on a Game Jam game right now. It's a lot of fun over on his stream, but I'll be back again on Wednesday from 2 hours ago until about now-ish, except on Wednesday, and we'll continue this journey. I put the VODs, I post them to YouTube, like you just saw. And we also have a Discord channel that you're welcome to join. No pressure, no stress. If you're already a part of way too many Discord channels, I understand. But thank you all for being here. Thank you, Reg. Thank you, 8bits. Thank you, TBD, Peter, Duke of Soft. You're always amazing. Dragon, Poop, Meow. What is the prospect of learning Rust? Not high for me. And hi, Violet Dragon, and bye. I don't have intentions to learn Rust myself, but if you learn Rust, you could most likely still get a job. I don't know where, because I've never looked, and I don't know what the market is like, but you'll most likely be able to find one. Anyway, ciao for now. Thanks for asking. Bye.